Well, Friday at daylight, right around 6 o'clock, and all I'm gonna say is I'm here at some Mid-South public land, some boat access today, and I'm gonna go over my boat build for public land access here. But first I want to introduce you to a new teammate. He's gonna be joining the show this year and hopefully adding some content, and somebody I've got to know over the last year. It's Eric Edwards. He's from Alabama, and we've met up here this morning to do some scouting. And I've known Eric through Facebook and through YouTube for, I don't know, a couple years now probably.
Yeah.
And well, we actually got to physically meet last year. Kind of had a unique experience of how we actually ended up meeting.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell them?
Yeah, we was I was hunting a piece of public not too far from Kevin's house, and it was the early December hunt I went up on, and that tornado outbreak. I was up there hunting, and he called and said, "You need to get to my house. You get to my house right now," because it was tornadoes. You see, everybody knows the damage that happened in Kentucky and other states. It was pretty devastating. So I got to physically meet him that day under bad circumstances, but I got to meet him, and he at least gave me shelter for the night. So I'm looking forward to the adventure this year, and it's just gonna be fun. It's gonna be hot today, but it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that's right. It's supposed to be like 110 heat index today, so we tried to get here early. Disclaimer, we've been here once before, what, back in May?
Yeah, May.
We come here in May, wasn't nowhere near as hot, and we learned one lesson: bring the thermocells. This is mosquito capital of the world, I think.
Yes, sir.
We look like we was wearing fuzz on our face. So I'll show you some of this boat. I just got it rigged up for this. I've got a smaller boat. This is slightly larger, so it works better for two people. So I'll show you what I've done. All right, basically what we got here is it's a 12-foot John boat, but it's a little deeper and wider than the little 12 by 32. I don't know what the measurement is. It's like 40 inches across the bottom. So this one just sets up a little bigger. It's quite a bit deeper, and it's a whole lot wider up top, which gives two people more room than the little boat that I usually use. So first thing you got to do, check your local regulations, see what you got to have. You know, if you're running a gas motor, you must have, you know, the basics: fire extinguisher. You got to have your red and green navigation lights, and these are some stick-on LED lights. I don't know if you can see those right here. Right here, that got a little glow to it. That gets me legal. I didn't want to run the wiring back here to the back for the little white light, so just a simple little clamp on deal from Walmart. I don't really use it, but I'm required to have it, so there it is. What I did first to wire everything up, I bought a forget what they call it, a 4-port whatever switch, and wired everything in it. I want to be able to have one spot I can turn all my lights on, get everything running. And of course I started off with a floodlight to go on the front, and then of course the navigation lights, and then I went inside and I added these little lights. And this is what they call it, a 4-gang. That's what it is. And if you buy one of these things, it doesn't come with any schematics. It don't tell you how to wire it. It doesn't come with anything, but I can break it down for you. All the hot wires go into the switches. All the ground wires go to the battery. So tie all your blacks together when you wire the boat. Each individual switch, you'll plug in your one wire that you want to operate off of, and coming out of the switch, two of these they're split. It's 2 hot wires that come out of these. So every 2 switches have a hot cord with a 15-amp fuse in it, and so you just tie those reds together and run it to your battery, and then plug all your reds in from your lights into each switch you want them to work. This 2 comes with which I thought would be handy if you're out hunting for a week or two, a way to plug up your phone or whatever, a little port there where you don't even got to have the power port. The cigarette lighter adapter, but right there's a cigarette lighter adapter too. Then hit the lights. First one, spotlight. Second one turns on my red and greens up front, make it legal. And then these last two switches, this one right here runs the LEDs I've got for the front side of the boat, and that one runs the back ones. And I think the little LED lights inside, you know, they might be unnecessary, but the last thing you want to do in the dark is be tripping over something all the time, or maybe you've been hunting all day, maybe you're in Cottonmouth area and you just want to reach in the boat, hit the switch, and be sure you ain't got no guests. Plus, you know, when you pull up there to the thing, you need to find all your gear. You got some kind of lights. I've run all my wiring now. I took all of the foam out of this, and I know I'll get criticized for that, but I want to hide all this mess of wires. I didn't want to be tripping over the wires all the time, so I put in some very low decking. It is just 2x4s run across at each at the end, and at each one of these supports there's a 2x4 there, 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 and there, and there. Then I just put some 1/2 inch plywood down on it. The rubber mat, of course, it deadens the sound when you're putting stuff in the boat, and just keeps everything from being loud, and just tries to quiet it up. But another dual purpose to it is, you know, this winter when it's muddy, this boat's gonna get muddy. I mean, I'm talking just solid dirt, like you could plant tobacco on it. So you just pull these mats out at the car wash them out, and you'll get rid of 90% of your dirt, and you're good to go there. So that's most of the build. I did add these Copeland bow holders. So right now I got my paddle in it. We're not bow hunting, we're scouting. One for the guy up front, one for the guy in the back. And when you're hunting out of a small boat, the most important thing you can do is have a place for everything. Try to have everything off the floor as best you can. It just makes finding your gear that much easier in the dark, or, you know, in a hurry. And anyway, we're fixing to looks like we're going to be waiting our time at this boat ramp, and we're going to get out here and see what we can find. We have come into a little slough area off the main body of water, and we are finding tracks. And we also have found somebody's ultralight setup from 1980 that they made. But I mean, of course, it don't have no floor in it, but it don't weigh nothing. Now maybe this guy's coming back for it, so I better leave it here. But you look out there across this slough. This is kind of a sloughy area, a low spot that runs up in here to this swamp, which is a spot we scouted last time. We scouted the other side of it, and this was the last spot we hit for the day, wasn't it? Yep. We just come in and found a bunch of tracks on that side, and it was time to go, so we decided to start back here this morning. And we have definitely found a good funnel between a field, a swamp, and a body of water. So gonna have to put this down on the base map and mark it. This is a potential spot. Looks good. Well, we didn't get it on camera, but there's a soybean field right up here in our slough. And we just walked out another trail that went into the field, and there's a little buck and a doe standing in the field. We probably bumped them out of here, but there's a million ways you can kill a deer. Some people do it by hunting trees. Some people do it, I mean, there's a million ways to do it. And the way I do it best is funnels. So I'm in here looking for funnels. I mean, I shoot them on a food pattern, but most time in November I'm hunting funnels. So me and Eric stumbled upon this. We found the main trail in this corner. We're in a inside corner of a field. Traps down to this water. Good heavy trail. And if you see here, you got an old horse wire fence that runs up through there. and it's down right here. And these deer are funneling around this slough. The first crossing was right down there that was crossing the ditch that feeds this. We're making our way around it, just trying to see what all is in here. So this looks pretty good. If ain't nobody just wearing it out other than the old timer, if he's hunting out of that stand, I ain't got nothing to worry about. He won't be here long. So anyway, I'm gonna keep on looking.
We both saw that building out there, remember this thing?
Yeah. Well, we're here at the location number 2. The first one looked good. We scouted the south side, got in the boat. We were so excited to check this spot out, we forgot to go in the north side, so we'll have to hit that on the way back out. But it's starting to get hot. It's supposed to be 110-degree heat index today, so we are trying to get it done early. I think it's a little after 8 right now. We put one camera up over there, and we got a couple we're gonna put here on this block and go back into the first place. It really got too thick. It was like security cover in that swamp, and there's no good way to access it, the north side of it from the south. So that's why you come out here, you find out these things. If you ain't got the right wind, you're not hunting one side or the other. So we know that now, so we're gonna slip in here and see how we can attack this spot, if it's even worth it. We don't know. This just looks good on looking at it on base map, hunt stand, things like that. This looks like it got several good spots. So we're gonna get in here. The Muzzy Native American. Well, we know people shoot at stuff in here. At least the Indians did. We have found an artifact that dates back to the Muzzy era of Indians. That's a Native American Muzzy tribe, I believe, shot that one. I don't know. We'll see. I wonder if he hit or missed. What do you think? I don't see no hair still.
I don't see no hair on it.
Well, I'll have to check the state regulations, but I'm not sure if this is legal. I'm sure we're probably on somebody's camera. We just haven't located it yet. But unless this is a natural existing lick, which I know it's not, because you can see the stuff. See how they poured stuff in there? The trail they use coming up from the water. They're parking their boat right down here. The deer's coming in right here, and they are wearing it out. Coons too. So wherever you at, trail camera, we say hello. We found your arrow. We're gonna stick it right up in the middle of your salt lick, so you know we've been here. And you got your arrow and your Muzzy back. Well, we found another good spot, little island in the middle of a fallow field. It's got some giant persimmons, a big white oak, and I'll show you what else we found.
That's sawtooth oak.
Huh?
Sawtooth oak.
Yeah, sawtooth oak. But if you look up in that tree, I don't know if you can see it on this GoPro. We ain't the first ones to find it. We got screw-in steps and everything up there to it. He's in a good spot. But, I mean, that's public land. We know we're on to them. Everybody else is on to them. Probably the same guy who runs that mineral lick down there. He had something spray painted on his tree that's not appropriate to show, so I assume somebody else found his stand as well.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Anyway, it's a good spot. We'll probably mark it. We might come in here and hunt it ourselves. It's public. Ain't nobody in it. I wouldn't get in that stand, but I might come climb up it, but I don't want to get in trouble for them screw-in steps. Anyway, we're making our way back to the boat so we can, we was going to walk to a nice, what appears to be a good funnel on down, but it's so thick. Just easier to get in the boat and drive around all of it. It can pop up right there in the funnel, so that's what we're about to go do.
Sitting on the ground.
Yeah. All right, we are in another spot. We pulled the boat up. As I said, we was trying to get to a funnel in another little sloughy area. off this water source. And it's kind of a little open spot, a little bay. It look on satellite imagery, it looks like a bay, but there's a narrow little pinch point on it. And what we suspected was they was crossing in this small spot. And we found a bunch of old little rubs that lead back into here, and definitely they are crossing this slough right here. So we're going to work our way. We've got what, 300 acres over there probably in that block. We're going to work our way down and around this slough to get to the other side and see what it looks like.
All right. I think it'll be back here somewhere. Might be one over there.
Well, you talk about dedicated public land hunters that like comfort. We have found something neither one of us has ever seen on public land. You can tell, look at somebody's weed eated this down. They've got orange ribbons up everywhere. I assume that's a yardage marking their distance that they can shoot. There's an awesome little spring-fed pond right here. It's a beautiful spot.
That's the spot we was looking for.
This was one of the spots we had marked because it's a great big funnel. Funnel's 2 big blocks pinched down to 170 yard width. Unfortunately, there's a neighborhood over there 170 yards. And we was hoping there was no hunters in it. But I don't know if this is set up for a youth hunter or what. But check out this rig.
There's a sign on the step.
It's got lanterns in it and everything. So we're gonna go check this out. It's got a sign on it. Let's see what it says. Well, the guy, he's aware he's on public. He's got his phone number. Anyway,
He knows it's on public. He don't care.
somebody done some work.
Man, he has a lot of work. He even put a roof over it and put bars up. And
Not exactly mobile, I'm sure.
snake skin on that tree.
Oh yeah, he's got a friend that lives here with him. Check this out, up in that thing.
He's got cup holders up there. He got a bucket up there too. He got a bucket.
You got his pull up. He's got a potty in there.
He's
Got lanterns in there.
He's ready to go.
I mean, this guy can live here.
He's got a Cadillac 2-man seat.
Where we're at, I'm surprised a homeless person ain't living in it, to be honest with you. We're kind of in a suburban area. But we knew this logging road existed according to base map. You could see it. So we wanted to come in here and see what we could find in this pinch. And now we see what we found. There's a lot of pressure in here. I don't know. We're going to hunt it. We're going to do some in the middle of the week. Hopefully we miss all these people. But we're going to walk on in here deeper and try to get away from them. So yeah. Put Eric in the picture just so you get an idea. What a giant. So, what is it, sawtooth oak?
No, I don't think it's a.
No.
It's oak. It's a white
Chestnut.
Oak. Yeah, it's a white oak, but I don't know.
Yeah, I ain't no tree guy, but some kind of big white oak. And that is a giant. That tree was here when the Muzzy Indians was here, probably. I know it definitely was, that last Muzzy Indian. Anyway, we're starting to get into some really thick cover.
Some of these shorts in here. Shorts in that tree.
Yep, somebody messed their pants up. Left them hanging in the tree. Anyway, we're trying to make it to a certain spot that we've got marked. We're going to back out and go back to the original swamp we were in on the north side. But just looking around, this is I wouldn't be surprised we didn't jump a buck in the next few hundred yards. What do you think about the scouting trip so far?
It's been hot, but it's been fun. We found some spots. We thought we had by ourselves, but we don't have to ourselves. But we found some really good spots, some good sign, good encouraging. It's very encouraging for public land, the sign we've seen on some areas.
Yeah, and we called the guy with the shooting house, very nice guy. Chatted with him about how he accesses, and he's very open and honest with us, and we made us a new friend, and he gave us some pointers where we needed to be, and so I mean that's what you do when you're out on public land, kind of work together. And he said we just give him a call and be sure he ain't sitting in the shooting house. We was welcome to get up in there. He had some success with the crossbow there. We're not going to get in the shooting house, but he gives some more information. It might be detrimental to him later on. We might move down from him some, but we had that spot marked too. We'd already been to that spot he was speaking of. But anyway, nice fella, and we're going to slip on down here. This is all an edge of a bunch of different stuff comes together, and there's a access road that walks in here, so it's getting pretty thick. We're gonna keep on heading on here just a few hundred more yards probably,
yeah,
and see what we can find. Then we head back to the boat. Well, I forgot to pack the camera back into the north end of the swamp. Didn't find anything new that we didn't find last time. Now we are heading back out to the boat ramp. We've got 6 miles even walk, 98-degree air temperature with it feels like 110. So if we kill a deer in here, we've earned it today. We'll see you on the next video.